Hi, dog parents and future dog parents. My name is Patty. On this channel, we discuss dogs, why not? They're amazing. So, I tell my friends and family, if you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood, you talk to the dog walkers. You talk to the people that own dogs, that walk their dogs. Why? Because we see everything. Am I right? We see everything. So, I'm going to share what I have seen while walking my dog. Okay? So the first thing was this. It was early in the morning, about 1 o'clock in the morning, okay, because I had insomnia and, your dog is on your own schedule. So I decided to take my dog for a walk. So we went walking and I was mesmerized by the moon because it was a full moon and I was oblivious to everything else. And all of a sudden, I just hear this car moving and I'm like, what's that? So I look in, I took a long glance. And it was my neighbors having sex in the car. And all of a sudden, my dog hears it and she starts barking. Rah, 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 rah. So we took off running. We hid. Oh my God. Dogs are always telling on you. My dog used to always tell on me. Oh my gosh. And it was so funny because after that, I could never look them in the face without smiling and laughing to myself. But yeah, I caught him in the car. Now, the second thing was this. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. And, in the summertime, we have to beat that summer sun. You know how it is in the summertime when walking our dogs. So I was walking her at 5 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden, I see this lady. She's waving to me and she's telling me to come here. And I'm like, what is that all about? So me and my dog, we walk over to her. I said, are you okay? And she's like, I'm stuck to my car. And I'm like, how can you be stuck to your car? She says, look. And she turned around and she had this long flowy dress on, okay? And half of it was inside the car. I said, how did you do this? She said, I was in my car and I realized that I forgot something. So I hurried up and jumped out. I forgot my keys in the car. The car automatically locked. And here I am. I'm like, oh my God. So I tried to tug her out of the car. I was pulling and pulling. It wouldn't budge. The material was still in the car. And I said, listen, I'm about 15 to 20 minutes away from my home. I can run home and drive back. I said, do you want me to do that? Or should we knock on your neighbor's door? She says, no, let's just go on and do it because I don't want to wake up my neighbors because it was so early in the morning. And I'm like, I understand. So me and my dog were running. Get home, I get the scissors, I get jacket and my phone, and then we drive back. And I'm thinking to myself, well, she's probably not even there, probably somebody came out. But lo and behold, she was still there. So I said, lady, this is such a nice dress. And she says, it's new too. I said, well, at least you had a chance to wear it. And I started cutting her out of the dress. That dress was ruined. It was totally ruined. And after that, I gave her a jacket because she was now exposed. So I gave her a jacket to put on and I let her use my cell phone so she could call AAA. Oh my God. Her day was already ruined before it started. Now, the next thing was this. It was typical morning. Kids were walking to school. People were going to work and there was a mover, there were people getting their lawns professionally done, and just a typical day. And about 4 days later, I get a knock on my door. Boom, 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 boom. And it was my neighbor and a police officer. And I said, what seems to be the problem? And my neighbor asked me, she says, by any chance, did you see a moving truck in front of my house? I said, yes, you moved, didn't you? She says, no, we didn't. We just went on vacation. They stole things out of her house. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So the police officer asked me, he said, by any chance, did you see them? I said, well, they all had on a blue t-shirt and 2 had on caps and one didn't. He said, can you identify their face? I said, no, I can't. And he said, by any chance, did you get their license plate on their truck? I said, no, why would I? If I would have known that she was going on vacation, of course, I had ample amount of time to tell the police. I had ample amount of time because I went past 4 times seeing them. I went past back and forth, walking my dog in the morning, back and forth, walking my dog in the afternoon. But I didn't know. I I had no idea. That's why people, you need to get to know your neighbors, okay? Because if she would have told me, I was diagonal across from her, but she would have told me, I would have called the police. If she would have told her neighbor, then her neighbor works at home. He would have called the police. So, get to know your neighbors. But like I said, we see everything, don't we? We see everything. So the next one was this. It was crazy. Me and my dog was walking. It was about 9 o'clock in the morning. And what I saw, it was a parked car. And then next to the car on the passenger side, next to the sidewalk, was this apparatus. And I'm like, no. I kept walking towards it. I'm like, no. And the reason why I was shaking my head, because what it was a carry-on, baby carry-on, okay? And when I lifted up the blanket, it was a baby. It was a baby. I found a baby. The baby was 4 months old. Can you believe it? So, like I said, we see everything. The dog walkers, dog owners, we see everything. I knew whose baby it was. I didn't know her personally, but I knew her house. It was right in front of her house. Okay, so I said, okay, let me go up to knock on the door. And so I knocked on the door. I rang the doorbell. No one was answering, but I knew they had to be home. And so I kept knocking and ringing the doorbell. And finally, the dad answers. And you can tell he was sleeping. And I asked him, I said, where's your baby? He said, why do you want to know where my baby is? I said, where's your baby? And he's like, why are you asking me about my baby? And I pointed, I said, is that your baby? Because I left the baby by the car. But I kept my eye out. But I left the baby by. I said, is that your baby? He's like, oh my God. And he ran to the baby to check on it. And he just got on his knees and he started crying. And people, I could have left it as that. But when you stab somebody and you twist it, that's what I wanted to do. I twisted the knife in him because I need him to understand that what he did was life-threatening to his baby. So I said to him, your baby could have been across the country by now. Your baby could have been sold to somebody. Your baby could be dead. And here you are sleeping in your house. And he said to me, I'm a good father. I said, I know you're probably a good father. I said, but you left your baby outside by the car. I said, get up and get your baby back in the house. Get up and get your baby back in. And he was like, okay. And he stopped and he gave me the biggest hug I ever had. I thought I was going to die. And he said, thank you so very much. But I found a baby. Can you believe that? If you can top that, please write in the comment section down below. Just tell me what you have seen walking your dog. Like and subscribe. And tell your dog I said hi. Bye.